All right, welcome back. Today, we're diving into a really critical piece of AI security. We're going to tackle a question that, honestly, every single organization out there needs to be asking. When you use AI, where does your data actually go?
Okay, so just a quick heads up before we really get into it. This is part 4 of our 10-part tutorial all about protecting PII and IP in AI systems. It's all based on a super comprehensive report from Virtualization Options LLC. Now remember, this is for general info, it's not legal or financial advice, and trust me, we're only scratching the surface of what's in that full report.
So let's kick things off with a question that maybe you've never really stopped to think about. You just used an AI assistant, right? Do you have any idea where your data just went? You see, every single time you type a prompt, you're starting a journey for your data. It leaves your computer and heads out into the world. And the big question, the really crucial one, is where does that journey end? Because as we're about to see, it can take one of two very different paths, and each one has massive consequences for your security.
All right, let's explore that first path. This is the one that's, super easy to get to, it's convenient, but it's also packed with hidden risks and detours for your data. We're talking about the public AI route. So what even is public AI? Well, it's pretty much what most of us use every single day. Think about those big, popular AI assistants that you can just hop on and use for free. The key thing here is you don't control anything. Not the servers, not the software, not the data policies. You're basically just sending your information out to a third party and kinda crossing your fingers.
Okay, so risk number one is a big one. Your data gets kept. Your prompts, your conversations, they can stick around long after you've closed the browser tab. Now, sure, sometimes it's for useful stuff like conversation history. But the thing is, the retention policies are often super vague. You don't really know how long they're keeping your data or what they're keeping it for. Now, risk number two, this one's even more concerning if you can believe it. It's the idea that your data becomes training material. Think about that. Your prompts, your secret source code, your brilliant marketing ideas, your confidential business plans could be fed right back into the machine to train future AI models. And get this, research has shown that these models can sometimes spit out the exact data they were trained on. I mean, verbatim. That's a huge deal. And to top it all off, your data could literally become a world traveler. These public AI services often bounce data between data centers all over the globe. And that creates an absolute nightmare for compliance, especially with regulations like GDPR that have really strict rules about where a citizen's data can and can't go.
So, that all sounds pretty scary, right? What's the alternative? If that public path is just loaded with risk, well, there's another route you can take. This is the private AI path. And this is the path that puts you back in the driver's seat. So private AI is basically the polar opposite of public. You control, everything. The model runs on your own servers or maybe in a dedicated, totally isolated cloud instance that you manage. And here's the absolute most important part. Your data never, ever leaves your security perimeter. It stays with you.
And this right here, this shows the central trade-off perfectly. It's like a balancing act. On one side, you get total, complete data control and sovereignty. But on the other side of the scale, high cost and a whole lot of complexity. This is really the core dilemma when it comes to AI security. So let's break down those benefits a little more. When we talk about data sovereignty, it means you are the master of your data's entire life cycle. You get to tailor the security to fit your organization's specific policies like a glove. And you can directly manage compliance with all those tricky regulations, which takes all the guesswork out of it. But, and this is a big but, that level of control doesn't come cheap. Not at all. It requires a really serious commitment of resources. We're talking big investments in hardware, in infrastructure, and, maybe most importantly, in the highly specialized experts you need to build and maintain these complex systems. Oh, and another thing, you might be a step behind when it comes to getting access to the absolute latest, greatest model. Okay, so we've laid out the two main paths. The crucial question now is, how do you decide which one to take? You're standing at a crossroads, really, and the right choice depends completely on matching the right tool and the right level of security to the specific job you're trying to do. Now, the good news here is that it's not always a simple black or white choice. There's a middle ground that's starting to emerge, these hybrid or enterprise models. Think of them as public services, but with extra contract-based protections layered on top. They can give you way more control over your data without you having to foot the entire bill for a fully private setup.
This table really lays out the whole decision-making framework beautifully. So let's just walk through it. On one end, you've got public AI, right? Super low setup cost, you barely need any expertise, but your data control is, well, limited. Then way over on the other end, you've got private AI. It gives you complete control, but yikes, look at that high cost and the need for significant expertise. And right there in the middle, you see the hybrid models, offering that nice balance between control, cost, and complexity. So what's the most practical way to approach this? Well, just like the quote says, a tiered approach really makes the most sense for most organizations. You don't have to pick just one path and stick with it for everything. The smart play is to use public AI for all the low-risk, non-sensitive stuff. But the very second sensitive data enters the picture, you've got to level up to a more secure hybrid or even a fully private solution. And you know what? This whole landscape, it's not standing still. The map of choices we have is changing all the time. There are new, really exciting technologies just over the horizon that could completely reshape this entire public versus private debate. So here's a quick look at how things are evolving. We started with the traditional public cloud AI, right? Then hybrid solutions came along. But just look at what's coming next. You have edge AI, which moves the processing off the cloud and directly onto your own devices, your phone, your laptop. Your data literally never has to leave your device. And then there's something called federated learning, which is it's a groundbreaking method where a bunch of different companies can work together to train a shared AI model without ever showing their private data to each other. These aren't just small steps. These are potential game changers. And all of this brings us right back to that fundamental choice we talked about at the beginning. So I'll just leave you with this one final thought. The next time you're about to type a prompt and you know it contains your company's most valuable secrets, its intellectual property, just pause for a second and ask yourself, which path am I choosing for this data? Because ultimately, the choice is yours.